Years ago, I was drawn to a sacred mountain in the United States. And after staying there for almost half a year, I met a blue angel. It took me a long time to come to terms with their presence. Didn't talk that I recognized, just presenced for years. And after another 2 years, he began talking to me and let me know that he was Thoth. He's been teaching me for a long time, and the foundations of the work on this channel are the most important things he wants me to share with you. And today he has another message. There's less to be afraid of than you want there to be. In order to come to terms with the transition that you are in, you first must become present with the levels of frustration you carry into this. Understand your core frequency is magnetic. You will create within your experience that which you most create within your experience. Being present with the vibrational existence that you inhabit enables you to recognize the elements of your creative inspiration that are dormant, present from the past. By becoming conscious of the layers that you bear, you will recognize that they are functioning to generate new life force within your future, simply by nature of existing within you in the present. The past is present. By embracing this, you take responsibility for that which you generate in this moment. This is the most critical lesson that you must bear into chaotic futures. Understand that your capacity to generate reality is not complete. To understand that the magnitude of your potential must exist beyond the confines of this earthly presence. You accept boundaries within which you may create a life that is far more loving. You are invited to recognize that the disasters unfolding in the world you inhabit are not universal. There are many ranges of experience that will continue to be increasingly loving. Thus, charting a path through the chaos is not charting a path through the chaos. It is dancing a life while remaining present with the joy, the potential, the inspiration, the hope that is generated first within you. Yes, multiple ranges of destruction have been unleashed. Yes, there is a critical turning point that is happening now. Prophecies from the past are present. They were seen from a distance. Yes, it is appropriate to recognize time as a spatial reality. Time does not necessitate. I lost the current. When you are present with the awareness that apocalyptic experiences are not universal, you will learn to recognize that this is a phase. And within this phase, there is more hopefulness than destruction. Which path you gravitate to depends upon how you manage your internal reality. It is acceptable to contemplate internal as the core frequencies you bear with you that are generated in and around your body. By increasingly hoping within this range of vibration, you cultivate positive vibrations that gravitate towards positive potential within the world around you. You are not in complete control. You are present in such a way that you get to participate in the most hopeful and inspiring potentials now. For this to make sense, you must contemplate the full power that Gaia has maintained the entire time humans know as reality. His story has been dependent on universal frequencies, frequencies that affect everyone. And as these frequencies affect you, you shape your reality around them. These frequencies do begin in the center of the earth. At the center, there are core rhythms that affect everyone. By nature of affecting everyone, you learn to become accustomed to their presence. Thus, you have been shaped by constraints that you may not even recognize as constraints. You have not had an option to change certain core frequencies. Telling yourself that you are the most powerful, most universal presence in the existence of all life does not make it so. You have been shaped by the core rhythms from the center of the earth. And she is changing some of the most fundamental levels of these rhythms. In the past, your exposure to these changes has been more minimal. Shades of a color of a frequency have shifted, and this has changed you, but it has not been so unsettling that you've been forced to examine the entirety of your existence. When more fundamental aspects of these resonances shift, it is akin to a death within this life. And your response is your power. To accept the foundation of these forces is to embrace the potential in shifting with them. This is the most powerful way you can prepare for the future. Tune in to yourself. Work with the core negative frequencies that you bear and continue to generate. Create positive frequencies that are true to the health of your body and the love in your heart. As you generate these frequencies on a regular basis, you learn to reference reality in relation to them. Thus, when the core rhythms of the earth shift, you will be prepared and you will magnetize yourself to the most powerful and positive opportunities. You will unconsciously know when to leave a location that is dangerous. You will unconsciously recognize the kinds of preparation that are appropriate for the challenges that are truly confronting you. You will not be led astray by false fears generated by groups of individuals who all fear the same things, grounded in their continued adherence to pain they bear from the past. Shared groups of human beings bear similar forms of pain and craft new stories around this pain that they project upon the earth in her totality, and their beliefs are reinforced by the commonality they share within the group of people who bear the same resonance. As you remove yourself from such equations, you tune in to the most positive potentials, and you magnetize to groups of human beings who are focused on generating something that is truly loving in the present. And by committing to this every day, by embracing your pains and frustrations for what they are, you will continue to stay in relationship to the greatest hope and the greatest love. This is a simple lesson that negates a magnificent range of fear. This is not to suggest that you will not encounter fear. This is not to suggest that when you feel pain or even rage, you have failed. It is not in the experience of negative emotions that you fail to stay attuned with the positive potential. It is in how you relate to them. Do you take responsibility for them and use them as a trigger to help you recognize the healing work you must do? With this commitment, you will continue to recenter on a positive and loving future. And this positive and loving future is present. This positive and loving future exists. This positive and loving future exists within you the more you participate in its creation. See a world beyond the karmic forces that have generated the majority of the human story as you remember it. See a world without the fundamental presence of righteous and destructive rage. See a world where it is no longer possible to believe that you are happy when you claim victory over another in a way that makes them suffer. You must win. You must be victorious in the depths of your life. You must allow yourself to be generative of love. You are generated by love, and you generate love into the world. And in so doing, you will be victorious over those who do not choose to be led by love. And in this victory, be sorrowful. Be sorrowful that someone has failed to choose with love. Be sorrowful and dance in the freedom that it creates, because you will increasingly find yourself liberated from the burden of attempting to save people who have chosen not to retain their identity with love. And by remaining centered with the love that you hope into existence, you are the strongest promise of a positive potential. You are the greatest invitation, and allow the world to surprise you with those who reach through to connect with you and embrace the power of your love, because your love is the love of this world. And the more you trust this, the more present you will be in the life that you are living day to day, and the more you will lose your fear of what is happening. Apocalyptic futures are no longer future, they are here. Knowing how to navigate through them involves recognizing that you are navigating within love. You are navigating through love. You are navigating to stay in love with yourself and this world and the future you dream of living with your family and others who you learn to love, and some of those you love right now. Embrace this. Trust this. At the time of the summer solstice, the year 2023, an extraordinary energy was passed through the center of the earth that will continue in large part as it is. This shift has multiple consequences. First and foremost, you are accustomed to the rhythm of this spirit being relatively normal. And as normal, you have created your lives in relationship to what you have known as normal. When this change occurs, first and foremost, you must change. You will be invited into a range of new resonance. This resonance grants you the ability to expand your capacity to dream. Your dreams now have a different level of vibrational presence invested within them. Within this potential is the harmony of the new. The range of vibration in which you called normal included the opportunity to live life as you have known as normal. And that existed within parameters that allowed a wide range of rape, murder, theft, and other violations of independent, individualized trust. The new range will stay. It will give you the chance to be present in a manner that is not new. It is old, it is ancient, it is normal. And in many ways, you can best attune with this new potential by trusting yourself to remember what it feels like. To live in the absence of the threat that another, that you can perceive and experience as other, is wishing for your failure. To attune with the depth of potential that exists when you surround yourself with others who believe in you. If this sounds utopian, allow it to, for it is time. It is time for this transformation to generate the changes. And the changes it generates are a side effect, in many cases, that you would call negative. The destruction is not the primary force occurring here. The destruction is the ripple effect that happens when the energy of the new way crashes through the remnants of the old. I put it in this manner for you to comprehend. The central resonance has always been a core element of your experience. You just have not known it as that. That core resonance is already new. And the new is an old that taps you in to the way things have been here before. In your experience, you are now able to both tap into what is possible now on a whole new level of presence, and in so doing resonate with memories of what used to be. These memories were not nearly as accessible because the core frequency inhibited your ability to tune in with them. To follow the shift, trust that this is true. Breathe with it and reach. As you reach, you will find that your resonance shifts within you. And then tune to this sense of shift. This change is present, and it will last.